Last night we removed both fenders from the Comanche, and today we are taking out the seat. What else are we doing today?
Taking out the trim and maybe the dashboard.
So, taking out the seat, which is this, and then the trim, which is all this stuff here. The dash, you said?
Yep.
And the dash, which is this thing right here. All that stuff today. Oh yeah, and welcome to the first real episode of Project MJ, where we will see the restoration of this Jeep Comanche from start to finish. So let's get to work. So, like I said before, we'll start with the seat. Taking out the seat, then we can access the dash, the trim, the carpet underneath. All that stuff needs to go before we can send this Comanche to the shop. Taking all this stuff out wasn't too hard. It just took a little bit of time, but nothing too difficult here. It only took a couple hours and we were ready to move on to the next step. Here is the product of today's work. We got the carpet out, got the dash out. What else we get out? Seat. The seat's gone too, you can see. Got a lot of rust here as well, actually. That's gonna have to be addressed at some point. But yeah, we're gonna have a guy replace this cab, and all that dent, all that broken stuff will not be there.
So here we're taking off the doors. The driver's side was easy enough. The bolts came up pretty quick. The passenger side was actually a little more difficult, mainly because I'm assuming that's the side that took most of the hit when it rolled over. So some of those bolts were stripped, and that took some time to get out, but eventually we got it off.
And the doors are off. That took no small amount of effort, but in the end, both came off. I'm very happy that they did. Next up is going to be the bed. We gotta take that off so that the guy has a clear cut. So next up is the bed. That's gonna be fun. But today was just the doors. A lot of fun. Well, here we have the replacement Comanche. This is where we'll be getting the new cab from. Among other things, probably keep the doors, the hood as well, because we got a dent in that one. But just the cab, and it looks like it's in okay condition. Nothing a little paint job can't fix, but it's got an interesting bed on there. I don't mind it. It looks kind of cool, but we're not here for the bed. We can sell that, but we're here for the good stuff, which is this cab that is unbroken. I did lie before when I said that next up is the bed, or maybe I can't remember if I said that or not, but I think I said that the bed was next. The bed is not next. What's next is this truck. We've got to do everything we did to this truck over here needs to be done to this. So basically today, while we still have the sunlight, taking out the dash, I think we'll be doing everything we did before. What's cool about this Jeep is though is that it's got these two seats. I forgot what they're called, bucket seats or whatever. So that's cool, but we're not gonna use them. We're gonna keep the bench seat that's already in there. But yeah, so we're just gonna do exactly what we did before. Again, probably not much to show on that. So unfortunately, we had to stop working on it, or we decided to stop working on it because we found the presence of a potentially harmful substance, and that is mercury. I don't know a lot about mercury, but I know that it's not safe. So we're just gonna stop for now and see if this is deadly. Who knows? I could be dead right now, but let's hope that's not the case. But for now, we're done. We did get the trim out. The trim here is all out, and of course the carpet is out as well. A lot of rust on this Jeep as well. Not like we're gonna use the floor. We're gonna just get the roof, so hopefully this mercury stuff doesn't hamper the process of restoring this Jeep. But yeah, that said and done, we did as much as we could until we hit the potentially life-threatening substance, and see you around. Good morning, and when I say morning, I mean good evening. This Jeep is ready. We just got to take the bed off, which is what we're going to be working on tonight. We are taking off the bed of the Jeep inside here, and maybe we'll get to this one today. But basically, this is the final section of second episode. So let's begin. Let's start taking off this bed. See what it takes to take off. I don't know. Depending on how hard it is, we might be able to get it off tonight, or we might not. We'll see where we end up. Now, this part was by far the most frustrating part of disassembling this Comanche. The bed isn't necessarily difficult to remove. All y'all gotta do is disconnect a couple things here and there and then remove some bolts. but we had a problem with one of these bolts. And basically we couldn't get it out. We couldn't, I don't know, how do you describe this? The bolt was just not gonna come out. It was broken from the inside, so it was stuck there. We spent 4 hours trying to get one bolt out. Something that would have only taken 1 hour took 4 hours. And by the end, we were just very, very tired, very done with the bed. We were just wanting to get it over with. We ended up taking a saw and just slicing the bolt in half. I don't know why we didn't think about that sooner, but I'm glad we got it off in the end.
So yeah, taking the bed off was actually pretty easy. It was about 10 bolts and some gas lines. The hardest part was the bolt in the center was a emergency brake bracket that the nut had broken free from the housing, so it was just spinning freely, and we ultimately cut to the chase and severed it from the bed. Essentially at this point, we just take it to the shop. We've got that spare Comanche, and he's going to cut the cab off of that, and that should take care of the dents and the scratches and the misshapen A and B pillars, because the other Comanche's in pretty good shape and doesn't have any cosmetic or structural damage.
And with all of that said and done, that wraps up the second episode of Project MJ. Like Josiah said before, all we have left is on the shops. So that concludes this episode. I hope that was fun to watch us struggle over this Comanche. But the next one will be coming soon, where it'll be in the shop getting work done on it. So thank you all for watching. I guess stay tuned for the next episode of this Comanche restoration, and like, comment, and subscribe, Nande, and I'll be around.